Hey folks, this is Lonzo, the GodFather of West Coast Hip Hop. If you have new music and you want to play it on my show, the New Music Webinar, every Tuesday at 7 o'clock on Facebook Live, send it to hereismymusiclonzo@gmail.com. Me and my boy, Unknown DJ, and the chat room will give you an honest opinion, no strings attached, but we come in with the fire. So if you can't take the heat, don't step in the kitchen. Every Tuesday, 7 o'clock, Facebook Live. Send the music to hereismymusiclonzo@gmail.com. Peace. Hey folks, you back with Lonzo, the GodFather of West Coast Hip Hop. And like I always do, folks, I got another hot one, another exclusive for you. Today my guest is another member of the SCC family, my man, Young Prodeje. What's up with you, Doc?
How you doing, fam?
I'm doing fantastic, man. Now, just like your brother,
Right.
come on over a little bit closer. It's
Right.
like your brother. This is our first time meeting.
Yes, sir.
And it's all good because we all from South Central. We know how we do it.
Already.
Now tell me your role in SCC.
Well, for most people that know, about the SCC history, my role came in as it really started about 92. The 92, 93 when South Central Cartel got their deal with Russell.
Okay.
Pride was busy. Russell had Pride doing some, if I can recall, EPMD remixes, a couple of other artists that was East Coast Def Jam artists.
Okay.
And my cousin Rhyme's son, Havoc the Rhyme son, which is the other rapper from South Central Cartel.
You got two Havocs and two Prodigies.
Yeah, you got Havoc the Rhyme son, which is me and Pride's first cousin.
Okay.
He's the other rapper. Him and Pride was the initial two rappers of South Central Cartel.
Okay.
Havoc the Mouthpiece he was considered the West Coast Flavor Flav. He was the hype man of the group. He would come in and intro songs, hype them up, and things like that.
So basically, in the real world, we got three Havocs and three Prodigies, just different groups, different tag names.
Pretty much.
We got the Mobb Deep
Prodigy, facts.
And we got the two Prodigies and two Havocs, Mouthpiece and the Rhyme. Was it
Rhyme son? Havoc
Rhyme
the Rhyme
son and the Rhyme son. Then you got Young Prodeje.
Yes.
And Prodigy.
Right.
Okay. Let's keep the scoreboard even here. Keep talking, Doc. Do your thing.
So around that time, Havoc the Rhyme son, I think he also had acquired a solo deal on Def Jam as well, if I can recall, if I'm timelining right. And he was busy.
Okay.
So, which just coming to my knowledge, actually this year, I had thought Big Pride had said, well, hey, I send my little brother, on promotional tour. I was in the 10th grade at the time. You know what I mean?
Okay.
Not on the album, nothing. I wasn't even involved as recording with them.
Okay.
I was just in school.
What school did you go to? Just for
Locke.
Okay.
Went to Locke High.
Saint, I ain't mad at you.
Right. But Pride had told me Russell Simmons had actually called him and told him, send your little brother. I was never aware Russell was even aware of me.
Okay.
So I went on promotional tour with the SCC for the SCC, I should say, because I wasn't even affiliated for us, they group at the time. I went on promotional tour. I did my thing while I was on promotional tour. Did a lot of radio interviews back then. A rapper rapping on the radio was the big thing.
Okay.
By me not being signed, I was on these radio shows and I was trying to get signed.
Okay.
Pretty much
showing off.
Showing my thing.
I ain't mad.
And Russell had called Pride back like, man, tell your brother you got a deal when he get home.
Wow, like that.
Right, like that. So before I even got in the SEC per se, I had got signed to Def Jam solo.
Wow. How was the deal for you? Did it work out for you?
It worked out for me. Like, see, the thing is, I avoided by Big Pride having already went through some of the traps. I avoided some of the traps.
Okay.
You know what I mean? Some of them still got caught up in a lot of politicking because we was crew affiliated. But
right. Okay.
I avoided some traps. I got a nice deal. Should have got more, but appreciative of what I got.
Okay.
And then I acquired another deal on Def Jam.
Okay.
With me and my partner Scheme. He featured on the Havoc and Prodigy G's on the Move. Okay. Single, and Russell was very partial to him too. So he was like, y'all get together, do a album. We both display ourselves off this album, and then we
Okay, I just want you to look closer. That's all.
All right.
Yeah, we'll get you on. Get you good on camera.
We display ourselves off this album, and then we both drop our solo album. So we had signed the Evil Side deal.
Okay.
You know what I mean? It's politics with that happened too because
Evil Side. That's another label.
No, it was Def Jam.
Def Jam.
Yeah, Def Jam had pretty much started, penning everything we had.
I never heard of the evil side label.
It was the Evil Side G's. No, that was a rap group.
Okay.
It was ESGs. We was the Evil Side G's. It was around that time when Caution was doing their thing, and you know, right before the Dog Pound. We you know, because Young Pride was popping with the South Central Cartel features I had. Scheme was popping with the Havoc and Prodigy features he had.
Okay.
So we had came together, signed the deal on that. After that, we could fast forward a little bit. You know, politics as usual with that. Being East Coast label mates with. I mean, being West Coast artists on the East Coast label, it's just politics that didn't line up, you know, with attitudes, personalities, and things like that.
Okay.
No hate for nobody.
Okay.
So we fast forward about 90, I would say 94. They was working on In Gats We Trust. They threw me on a few songs.
Okay.
Just so happened, pretty much every song they threw me on was they singles. It turned out that way. It didn't, you know, it wasn't supposed to be that way, but it just turned out that way. So around 96, went through a lot of politics. We went through a lot of politics as the group, you know what I mean? Havoc the Mouthpiece situation where he was no longer showing up. Because, it, you know, like, I seen the interviews, you know what I mean? And it seemed like, you know, sometimes we say things in a moment, and it was like, he wasn't out the group at that moment. It was just politics, man. And it was just, you know, we was young ghetto kids still trying to hold on to something that we saw slipping away. You know what I mean? It wasn't nothing personal towards nobody, no decisions nobody made. It was just we was trying to hang on in there. So about 96, 95, SCC, this is why I really became a member of South Central Cartel.
Okay.
We started working on an all day, everyday record. And you know, Pride and Rhyme Son, you know, thanks to them, they allowed me to spread my wings a little bit more. You know, the game was changing a little bit. G-Funk was popping off. That was more my era because I'm younger. I'm younger than them. I ain't gonna say way younger like that, but I'm younger than them, you know. And it was like the sound that was going on was my sound, you know. Okay. So they let me bring that to the table with South Central Cartel. And
you produce, right?
I don't produce. I just write, man. That's what I do. I'm an artist at this. I don't just, you know, this gangster rap, and I know they tag us, but I do it all. You know what I mean? I write R&B. I do it all. I got projects going on with.
So you working with Havoc? Havoc the Mouthpiece on the Girl Project, right?
Tiffany Lewis.
Okay.
Yeah. I wrote 7 songs.
So y'all got all kind of cross collaborations in.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. It's like when people watch interviews, like, cause I had a lot of people in my inbox after interviews, and they was like, "Oh man, Pride and Havoc don't get along." It's like, you could listen to these politics of these memories, because that's all they are, moments and memories. So, and it seemed like hearing something at a time, you think right now it's still really just bad. I mean, we family and we brothers. We gonna fight. We gonna disagree. We gonna not get along.
Damn right.
You know what I'm saying? But you know, yeah, I still vibe with Hav, and I work with him with Tiffany Lewis project, and you know, I think she's gonna be a big artist one day. Just her opportunity come.
We played her music on my show on my Tuesday night webinar, man. We got some good feedback on it.
Yeah, man, you know, so like I say, just letting people know I do more. It's just not about this, you know, SCC history with me, you know, and because it really just how the way God made it.
Okay.
I wasn't supposed to be in SCC. It was never supposed to be that.
Okay.
You know what I mean? So just by the way God make things happen,
it happened.
It happened, and you know, 95, 96 is when Young Pride really became I would say a pivotal part of South Central Cartel, because this all day, every day is compared to South Central Madness as a classic for the South Central Cartel. So, and that was the album I had more of a input on, more of a you know, Young Pride showed up there. Okay.
Well, you know what? Now, see, I get a chance to learn history right along with y'all. This is why I like having the multi-generational members of different groups come through the show, because now I get a backstory that I never would have known, and you never would have known if you hadn't tuned into this podcast. Keep talking, man. I'm learning something today.
I mean, what you want to know, man?
You know, how was it on tour back in the day, man, when you guys was rolling, you know, doing the SCC thing?
It was crazy, because see, one thing about the South Central Cartel, like, we was such a big group, a big clique. We rarely went on tour together. You know, it would be Pride, like when I went on tour for South Central Cartel, it was me and Havoc the Mouthpiece. Okay. Havoc the Mouthpiece don't rap.
Okay.
You understand? And then just I was in the 10th grade.
What?
never, you know, doing nothing professionally, and I wasn't even on a record. So I went on tour and I rapped all they songs, performed all they music on tour. You know,
You supposed to be in class.
supposed to be in class. You know,
See, you got some. You must have some super skills, man. That put you in a hell of a position. Did you sign your record deal when you was a minor?
Yeah.
So Def Jam signed you before you was 18.
Oh yeah.
How old were you when you got signed to Def Jam?
I think I got my Def Jam deal because mom still had to sign the paperwork and make sure the taxes got took out and things. You know what I mean? So I was about 16 going on 17. Yeah.
Okay, that's the same thing. Same thing happened with me and Cube. Then I had to go to court. Mom had to sign off on the contract. Judge had to sign off on the contract.
Right.
And it was a little more complicated. But if you got some talent, you don't wait for somebody to turn 18. You gonna grab them while you can.
Right.
And before they change their mind and start doing something else.
Right.
So that put you in the game. But you got 20 years in the game, 10 years.
I my first appearance I think was in 93, 92, 93 when the Murder Squad album dropped.
Okay.
So I was about 14 when it happened, when I got my first rap check.
Wow.
You know what I mean? So I Havoc the Mouthpiece did the Murder Squad album through Def Jam, and I featured on that a lot.
Okay.
A few
now,
times.
how'd you handle your business? You get publishing.
Yeah, I got my publishing deal.
Okay.
I got the publishing deal. It's like, in the end of the day, I think what happened with my situation, it wasn't all my situation was good. I had a nice publishing deal for the time, for the credits that I already acquired to the game. Once you learn those things, that's how it happened. You got to have credits to acquire great publishing deals. You know what I mean? So it's like, for the time and the money I got, under the circumstances, under the fact that I don't think, I always tell the members in our group like this, you know what I mean? I don't blame nobody for nothing that happened, none of the mishaps or whatever, because I don't think none of us knew.
Nobody knew, man.
Nobody knew. It was shots in the dark, you know what I mean? Trying to do the best they could, and then when things started looking messed up, coming from where we come, to achieve something, and then the fear of it being taken away, coming from where we come from, it's like we gotta understand the actions that some of our brothers take or make under them circumstances.
You eating steaks one day, now you're looking at top ramen like it's the next thing to do. Then you don't want to go back to top ramen.
Exactly, and it's an option on the table. Right. So that's why they be like, oh, you gonna sign your life away or whatever. But if you looking at your life as already,
right,
you know what I mean. So it's just circumstances. But that's the family, man. Cartel, everything we did together was a beautiful situation, man.
I'm glad to hear that y'all, for the most part, still able to maintain a relationship. You guys still working together. You got future acts coming. You got future projects coming. That's all good, man. That right there lets me. I don't want to be one of them shows that's all trying to keep y'all feuding. Cause I don't need that. I don't need likes like that.
Right.
I don't need them kind of views. I don't need y'all be running up on each other. Man, I saw you on Lonzo show.
That energy,
I don't need that negative energy on mine, man.
Yeah.
I'm trying to just tell the history of West Coast hip hop. And in West Coast, I got some folks from up north coming on the show. But it's important for me to tell the history of West Coast, because West Coast has so many different pockets, man, that nobody really understands, nobody knows anything about. And you guys are one of the groups that got, like I said, like I told Havoc and Prodigy, y'all got past me, okay?
Yeah, man. It's, a lot of people say that about the South Central Cartel. Sometimes they be like, man, y'all still around? Like, you know what I mean? Like, but the one thing I always say about the South Central Cartel, we was one of them gangster rap groups that was, I would say revered, feared sometimes, you know what I mean? But respected. And I think the respect came because I think the only time a person could pinpoint some drama kicked off with the South Central Cartel, it was my fault.
Your fault?
Yeah, you know what I mean?
You got a story for me? You got a story for me?
Yeah, I do.
We got time. Tell me the story.
All right, y'all. You know what I mean? Like I say, I don't tell this to many people. This is a time, like, this was a moment in my life and that changed my life in a way to where it didn't take me off the streets, but it changed how I moved on the streets, how
you thought?
How
you made your decision?
How I view things and people.
Let's do that.
You know what I mean? So it's like, all right, this was it was 90 something, man. I think the situation probably knocked the date out my head, but it was night. We was at the House of Blues.
Okay.
And Def Jam had a party going on, and it was for the East Coast hit squad. You know, I mean, Eric Sherman, everybody was in the building. Guru, everybody was in the building. It was a night. We was on the West Coast, and it was that height of that beef. Pac had it. Pac, you know what I mean? Yeah, this was early because Pac was, Pac 96, so this had to be about 95.
Okay.
Into 94, you know what I'm saying?
Okay.
So
learn some history here, folks. Stick around.
We at the House of Blues and things, man, and they event running long. They had a day event.
Okay.
And we had the night book. The Young Murder Squad was supposed to perform. Shaquilla, they were supposed to perform. We had a event going on for them.
Okay.
But we were small cookies compared to what was going on in the House of Blues at that time.
Okay.
And,
Okay.
as I'm older, I get it.
I get it.
You know what I'm saying? I understood.
Back then, you didn't get it.
Didn't get it. I was 15. I was thugging. You know what I mean? I didn't understand. So we sitting outside like Pride go. They let Pride in because that's Pride. Mm-hmm. They let Havoc the Mouthpiece in. That's Havoc the Mouthpiece. But I was one of them kids that I was. The hood had me.
Okay.
The hood had me so strong to where it's like if my niggas with me. Excuse me if I the words. If my dudes with me. They with me. If I can't get in, if they can't get in, I don't go in.
Right.
Even if I'm turning down the check.
Right.
Like, don't make sense because the check gonna feed, whatever. But that's how it was. And so Pride them go in. They like, man, we're gonna go talk to everybody. I forgot who was in there. Kevin Lyles, whoever was in there running the situation. John Stockton, somebody. He was like, we're gonna go talk to him. We're gonna get this situated. But in the process, man, and I like to say, you know what I mean. If I think. I apologize like with Eric Sherman, the situation. This is how it all started. Eric Sherman he was leaving and his Range Rover had got caught a flat. Now, I love Eric Sherman. I love EPMD. I'm with the homies and I'm 15. You know what I'm saying? Okay. So the homies get the disrespecting him.
Okay.
F you, nigga, because the East Coast, West Coast beef was on. F you, nigga, you know what I mean? Saying stupid things like kids to say, your eye's not real, like just weird shit. Like, I listen to that now, I think of those things, I'm like, oh, we was suckers. Like, you know what I mean? That was some suckers, right? But we banging on the woman he with, whatever. But Eric Sherman is like, composed himself. You know what I mean? What I see, as a man, what I see now, him being older than us, we was kids, you know what I'm saying? He composed himself, he didn't embrace it and nothing at all.
Okay.
Went on about his business. Nothing touched him. Nobody, you know what I mean? Mm-hmm. So bam, we out there. We just looking for it now. We looking for it. We can't get in the club. We looking for it.
Somebody gonna pay for this.
Right. Pac, I think it was Pac and Corrupt, I think had walked up. So some niggas Murder Squad, we loud, Pac Murder Squad niggas, cause he was, affiliated. He's the homie, like, but nigga, I'm not bothered with y'all. They walk right by, we not doing nothing with y'all. You know what I'm saying?
That's
so we leaving, man, and we on the sidewalk, we walking by, one of the homies bump a cat. Homie, like, what side we from? Like watch that, cuz, and my niggas just, man, ain't none of those over here. You feel me? Which was respectful. It wasn't no disrespect in it. Okay. But we was looking for it.
Right.
He turn around. When we turn around, he stick his hand out. He say, "Young Pride." I'm the only famous nigga. I'm the only one known. None of these niggas known. He say, "Young Pride, we ain't tripping, bro. We with y'all. It's the West Coast." Okay. I'm shaking this cat hand, and one of the homies fire on him. Yeah, man. So it went down. Okay. In the process of the fighting going down, again, my mentality, you F with me, you stuck with me. I got your back. A cat from Compton, don't know him, still to this day, don't know the dude name, don't know who he was or whatever. Run up, Young Pride, what's going on? Because I'm the only famous cat. Like, as I think of these things that I used to do and put myself in, nobody else was finna get affected but me. So, no problem. We fight with these dudes, Compton dude, well, I'm with you, he jump in, boo, 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 boo. In the process, we fighting, guns drop, with NAR guns. Right? So everybody scattered. But they got this dude from Compton. You know what I'm saying? He ain't had nothing to do with it. He just put his life in our situation. So I run back to go help him. Not thinking about the niggas, just these guns, whatever. I run back to go help him, and I fire on the dude. Nigga I fire on got the gun. Turn around on me like, bam. So I turn around and start running again. You know what I mean? Because, like, damn, like, time to go. Time to go again. And all the homies was mad, like, why you go back? I mean, because, this is a nigga who came on my credit. Right. This nigga stuck, you know what I'm saying? Right. And people don't be understanding that sometimes, you know what I mean? But as we get older, we get it. Like, yeah, you couldn't be a sucker. You just leave this nigga. What if they would have killed him? Right. It would have been all on me. The streets would have been popping. Young Pride got this dude killed. Right. You know what I'm saying? And so I went back, and he chased me. While the cat chasing me, I'm thinking he can shoot me in my back. Right. So as I turn around and I fire on him, but, I ended up falling to my hands and knees, and he grabbed me by the back of my jacket, and he was like, "You dead, blood." And, you know, by all means, should have been, you know, should have been dead. But in my head, I'm thinking, he talking. Right. He ain't acting, he talking. So right. I'm getting up, he just start pistol whipping me, like, you know what I mean, busting my shit open, like, you know what I mean, a few times and shit, you know, fell into the street, Hollywood, you know what I mean, on whatever, what, Sunset. Right. Yeah, House of Blues. Just it was crazy, man. Just, you know, that night. But in the end of the thing, I took even after the pistol whipping and all that. That's cool. Like, you know, I got away. I was fine. You know what I'm saying? After the emotions and the, you know, the adrenaline calmed down, it was more like what I had to wake up to the next day. You know, the radio buzzing like Young Pride this, Eric Sherman, because I think he got on the radio saying Young Pride came with the Young Murder Squad, and so Russell and them called me. You know, Kevin Lyles, Russell, you can't do that. It's your family. And I get it. You know what I mean? I get it now, but the end of the day, basically just to say that, you know, that's the only real big thing that really happened. You know what I'm saying, with the South Central Cartel, and I take fully blame of that. And, you know, that's awful big of you, Doc. I can respect that. I mean, because it was my fault. And, and like I say, still to this day, you got to understand when you make decisions, like every man burden the decisions of the consequences of his decisions.
And you don't know who the guy from Compton was to this day?
No, to this day, nah. But what's funny, right? One day, years later, I think I was with my daughter, and one of the guys remembered me because I was the only famous one. You know what I mean? So he remembered me, and I think he was with his kid. Is at a gas station by the Fox Hill Mall, and he was weary. He was weary, thinking, okay, you know what I'm saying? But I don't even know.
Right? See.
And he was looking at me, he was like, man, he came to me, he was like, man, we cool, right? He was like, man, I know who you is. And I'm like, what you know? He was like, oh, man, dude, House of Blues, woo, ain't no problem about kids now. Right. I was like, cool, homie, like, you know, trying to play it like, yeah, but yeah, I was like, oh, shit, I could have been dead.
You could have been the one guy.
Yeah.
Man, you know what, dude? You know what? I think not only did you tell a good story, you might have dropped some gems on some folks today, man, because folks don't know. Sometimes you be out there, Doc, don't know that somebody looking for you, and don't know somebody ain't looking for you. He could have got you, on an offensive move as a defensive move.
Right.
Put one in you, thinking you looking for him.
Because again, he got more to protect now.
Right. And see, and when you got them kids, man, you got them kids in that family, it changed a whole lot of things. It's supposed to, for those who the real ones, it changed a lot, man. If you a real one, if you got kids, especially nowadays, we got grandkids. You don't want them to go through what we went through, man. No, you don't want to feel that. You got kids?
Yeah, man, I got grandkids, man.
You got grandkids.
I see, again, another effect of this music business. Being 14, 15 in the music business. Fast life.
You getting it real easy.
Fast life, fast price. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Man, my guest today is Young Pride from SCC. Man, y'all got to excuse me. I got fighting a little something here, man. But that's really an interesting story, man, and I understand. I hear the life story in that also. I hope y'all do too. Man, so what you doing right now? We wrap this up, man.
Right now, me and Big Pride, you know, finally one of my dreams. I got to do an album with my brother. Okay. It's called the Prodigy Project. We about to release that on our own label, Hood Good Music. I'm working with Havoc the Mouthpiece with Tiffany Lewis. She's finna be one of the biggest up and coming R&B artists, like. Because the work finna be put in and all that right now. Got Young Money. Me and Big Pride just signed Young Money from the Young Murder Squad to our label, and we finna working on this new record, new single dropping, Still Living. Shooting this video. It's gonna be a video film, a little video movie of his video. Make sure he get his just dues in this game. Putting a whole little clique together.
Where can they find you at, man?
Google me. Just Google Cali Pitts, Google Young Pride, because a lot of people don't know, you know, to keep my music going, my life going. Cali Pitts is what I do, and I go by also. So just Google Young Prodeje, Google Cali Pitts. You're going to come up with all my social media. It's easy. All
right, folks. Look here, man. My name is Lonzo, the Godfather of West Coast Hip Hop. You got another West Coast first right here. Young Pride, SCC in the house. N.W.A. stories with Lonzo. I'm going to change it. Not without the Lonzo. That's what it stands for. Anyway, folks, check us out. Don't be afraid, man. Please share these stories, comment, like, whatever. Whether you like it or not, let me know something, folks. In the meantime, this is Lonzo, the Godfather of West Coast Hip Hop. And once again, we are live with Young Prodeje of SCC. Much love, baby.
Thank you, fam. Everybody stay safe out there.
You got it.